How's it going, guys? It's Eclipse here, and today we're taking a look at this week's midweek news. Also, it'll show some preview updates as to what's coming next week from the February 9th until the 17th. Until the 16th. So what is in this kind of midweek news? We've got the patch notes and fixes that are coming. We've also got an operation that covers this weekend coming up. So that's from the 5th to the 9th of February. So yeah, you've got 4 days worth of content to be able to grind extra silver. And yes, you can make ridiculous amounts. Basically what is a 50% extra silver for each win. So not only will you get the win bonus, it's not one that covers every single game you play for 20 games, it's actually 50% silver for each win. So, that means you'll be getting more silver because you won the game. Also, if you've got extra ops like the 2x silver boost and you're playing in a very strong tier 8 premium, you might want to play something like the Dragon, which I featured in my previous video. You might want to check that out after. Kind of shows you just how much silver you can make with the ×2. So add an extra 50% silver, you could be making anywhere between like 350 to 450,000 silver fairly easily, as well as the 25. As well as the extra 50% bonus silver from having premium time as well. So yeah, it's going to be crazy if you've got all of the different things and you're using, premium account. You've got this boost, you've got boosts on, you've also got, premium tank, and you're a decent player as well will also help because obviously you're dealing more damage, you're getting more silver every game. So yeah, this op can be ridiculous. So obviously it's available 20 times per day, 50% silver bonus, and you have to win the battle. So yeah, it's going to be really good for those of you who have been suffering from the silver apocalypse that's been going on in World of Tanks console. So moving on to the fixes that are coming on February 9th, I expect, which is a Tuesday. And yeah, there's quite a few. They've also got some fixes that are currently working in progress, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they won't come in this update. That's just, perhaps over the weekend and Monday that they might actually be able to fix some of these, and they might appear in this list at the end of that week. But we will go over that, exactly what happened, like an overview, when the update actually drops. So yeah, here we go. We've got the kill feed added tank names, which means that, yeah, you'll be able to see what tank you've actually removed from the game after you've taken them out in the game, which is really useful. Obviously, before you just had the gamer tag, which didn't make sense at all. I don't know why they changed it from the tank names to the gamer tags, because, what kind of information is that? It's pretty irrelevant. Yeah, not something I would ever really want in the game, and I'm glad to have the actual tank names back in the kill feed. So they've also adjusted the size of minimap icons. Yeah, I believe that's just probably slight adjustments. They might have made them slightly smaller, I'm guessing, just because they are quite big and they fill up quite a lot of the space, but obviously that's just dependent, not entirely sure. They've also added voucher icons for customizations. So that is basically stuff that is definitely going to be shown in Garage. You'll be able to see how many vouchers icons you actually have on your customizations. So you've also got fixed icons to be grey when players are loading in, which is just one where, when you first load in, it'll show who's actually in the game and who's not. Or who's not loaded in. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. Then we've got various fixes to inviting players to the platoon. I've found that the platoon system has been really buggy recently, especially if you actually load in with your platoon and then all of the icons are all over the place in game, and as you take tanks out of the battle, all of the icons merge into one and it just becomes an absolute shambles when you're actually playing in game. So I'm hoping that these fixes are going to kind of sort out some of those things in game, as well as also in the garage, and being able to actually invite who you want to invite. Yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare recently. We've also got respect casing in gamer tags. So yeah, the casing will actually show, if you've capitalized, I'm guessing, in your gamer tag, then it will show in game. I don't know if that's entirely what that is, but I'm pretty sure. If it isn't, then please let everyone know down in the comment section below, and I'll pin that to the comment section. Yeah, if that is different. We've also got garage navigations slowing down fixed. So yeah, they'll basically be just as fast as they should really be in game. So yeah, you'll be able to flick between the different pages at a decent pace now, rather than having sometimes it goes really slow and takes ages. So yeah, that's always good. We've got various readability issues in the garage being fixed. So that they're basically it should be easier for you to understand the layout when this update comes in, and also it will just basically make things so much easier to read, which no one's going to complain about, especially since a lot of people have been really, really struggling with this after update 6.0. So making a change like that is always good in my books. We've also had this problem where if you invite a player from the same console, it comes up with cross-server platoon being coming up on the screen, even though it's the same server. So yeah, it's different. Yeah, I don't know why that is, but I remember when I logged in, it told me I had to switch to the American server to play with my friend who was on the European server. It swapped me over, and then they had to swap to the American server to play with me, even though I swapped to play with them. So yeah, that was a bit of a mess, so I'm glad that that's fixed. Also, they've moved the Sixth Sense icon to the right in-game, so I'm guessing instead of it covering certain things, you'll be able to actually just see that in-game better. I don't know why they don't think of these things when they're actually designing the HUD layout in the first place, but we won't go on about that. Luckily, that's been sorted now. The post-battle results screen scoreboard sorts by XP instead of the silly system that they had after this update, whereby it lists XP of the people that survived first, and then also XP of the people that died within the game. So yeah, it's like the top people on the scoreboard were the ones that got the most XP and survived, and then below that was the people that got the most XP and also died. So I don't know why they didn't just leave it as it was before, where you had, no matter whether you died or not, it just literally ranked by XP. So I'm glad that that's sorted. Yeah, not entirely sure what they were doing with that one. But obviously people haven't enjoyed it, and they've made that change back to what it used to be. We've also added download progress in the garage, so not really a big thing, but it just shows you what percent your downloads on. And ammunition in the HUD show unloaded state on spawning. So when you're not, when you just spawn in and obviously you're waiting for the timer, it will just say that you're not loaded. Yeah, it's not a big problem. It didn't actually mean anything in game other than visually, but yeah, that's been changed. And then we've got a few things that they're working on at the moment, and these will be the focus in the next update, so you can expect these to be fixed fairly soon and improved. And that is fixing the state of dead tank icons while in a platoon. So this has been absolutely annoying me to hell when I've been platooning up with people, and that is basically if a tank on your team dies, then their icon will still remain after. So visually you cannot see who is still alive and who isn't, or separate them out. And also it doesn't come up with the little box over the top of them either. So they make one fix and then make 10 others that they need to fix as well. I don't know why these things don't get tested before they get put into the game. I don't know if that's just because they just do feature testing, so they'll just literally test whether it works in the code rather than actually playing it. But yeah, if they actually played a couple of games to make sure, then yeah, that will be changed. I'm not a coder or know anything about computer programming, but I'd just assume that, after you've done all of the testing of the actual code, then you'd want to see what it is like actually in-game physically by playing the game. Obviously, that hasn't happened, or if it has happened, they are literally blind. But there we go. Blue/purple colorblind mode is coming in. Also, anniversary week next week, so you'll get a free tank and some extra stuff. So what they did say in one of the previous streams that they did and I watched was that they were actually going to bring in some earn operations, multiple was what I was expecting. So you'll get a free tank straight away. I don't believe you'll probably have to do anything. Or what it will be is, you've got a selection of different tanks and therefore you can pick which one you want. So previously they've done things like you can earn up to like 1,000 points somehow, and then you'll get, once you, at certain stages, you can choose a tank. So you can save up your points to get to 1,000 and get the tier 8 premium, or like 500 points and you can get the tier 6. So it's just a way of, if people are playing the game more, you can get the better premium, in quotation marks. Don't know what it'll be, but it might be worse than a tier 6. But yeah, you can get the higher tier premium, is what I should say. But yeah, so we'll have more on that next week, and I'll cover that for you guys to make sure that you're up to date and you know exactly what you need to do. So make sure to come back next week on Tuesday, and Tuesday night hopefully I'll have a video out just discussing what actually you need to do for all of these various things that are coming in. Also, they're going to make changes to filtering the system, where you pick your tank and you choose tank destroyer, etc. But that's not working at the moment as fluidly as I expect it. They probably designed it for. I'm expecting that will be changed fairly quickly. Don't know when that will be, don't know if it's going to be in this update, but that's what they're working on. Additionally, the post-battle results screen, earn details and tank performance is something that people have been wanting. How many shells did I fire, what was my accuracy, why did I earn so much, how much silver did I spend on ammunition, and that's the sort of thing that was removed after update 6.0. I don't quite know why that was, where you could click A on yourself and it will come up with a list of different things and a breakdown of the various things that you managed to do in game. I'm assuming that will be coming back, and I'm really hoping, really hoping that they'll actually bring back the advanced statistics in the garage, because I'm getting sick of not being able to see what percentage my marks are at, what I've actually got in my various different tanks, other than how many games I've played, what my victory percentage is, and whether I've got a mark or not. Basically, it's just, I don't know why this sort of stuff wasn't just in the game already. It's frustrating. But for newer players that haven't necessarily known that, then basically you'll be able to see better statistics and stuff that in game. So you'll be able to, see how many tanks you hit every game, and how many miss, how many bounce, and you can kind of use that to determine whether you're playing correctly, whether you need to, focus on different things in game, and also how much you're spending per game. We've also got the ammo count for all ammo in the HUD. So I'm guessing that's just a combination of the total ammo in your tank at any one time. So, if you've got 20 rounds, you've got 10 premium, 10 standard, it will just display a 20. And then, you fire one premium, it goes down to 19, etc. Pretty self-explanatory. It will just show the total amount of ammo. And then they're looking at correctly XP, or correcting the XP display to factor all bonuses in. So it will just show you all of the XP that you get in game. Not entirely sure how that will work or what they're doing with it, but they're looking at the XP display and just wanting to show you exactly how much XP you're getting at any one time in game. And they did a result of a map rotation test. I don't know if you've seen it, but I was getting maps twice in a row. you know, that's always fantastic when you play Abby 3 or 4 times in a row. I don't know why that's going on, but obviously it's not working as it intended. Yeah, no one wants to play 2 maps in a row, and yeah, this is a particular problem that they found, is that more players seeing back-to-back maps, and that's not something I would ever want, playing the same map just because we were complaining that we had, you know, 5 maps and that's all we're playing doesn't mean that we want to play one map 3 times in a row. So yeah, I'm assuming that whatever this test was, they'll change it, and they definitely won't be using it. They've got more information here. I mean, if you want to look through it, you can go to the forum, but this is basically all of the percentages of the data that they got, and yeah, if you wanna look through that, then feel free. You can pause the video, have a look for yourself. But this is the percentages of the map that you would get before the update, or before they changed it. This is the map that you'd be playing on. I believe these are the tiers, and then this is after the update. So how many, what the percentage was of you playing a certain map after. So yeah, if you want to have a look through that, then pause the video and have a look. And then there's some more data here, and yeah, just this is the findings. I won't go through everything; it will be a far too long video for us to have a look through. But yeah, there you go. I hope you guys have kind of liked that. I hope you guys actually like these news videos, because if you don't, then I'll stop doing them. But I'm just assuming that because of a lot of people want to view them, and they tend to be my best videos, then I will just continue to do them. I will also try and I want to try and get in contact with some of the staff at Wargaming to actually, you know, get some more info on all of these different stuff, so I can relate it back to you and just expand upon what they're hoping to do each week. I don't know if that will be possible, but that would be really, really good to actually manage to do at some point. But yeah, I'll have to obviously get in contact with them, and they're probably quite busy at the moment, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope that you found it informative, and I hope you come back to see some of the other videos that I have. There'll be some on screen right now, so if you want to click them to see some of the different things, there'll probably be a gameplay one and the previous week's news as well. So if you want to click on them, then go ahead. If not, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.